Yeah, welcome to From the Hat. I'm Thomas J. Bellezza, and today we're talking by choice, chosen by random, with my buddy Mr. Freddy Pants, back again to try to make sense of a random topic that we will choose together out of the hat. How you doing, Freddy Pants?
I'm doing pretty damn well.
You doing ready? You excited to choose?
Always excited to choose.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. You tell me when.
Stop it.
Stop it. All right.
Stop it.
Oh, number 10. Also, in Spanish, I believe it's
Yes.
DHA.
Yes.
Oh, diez.
Don't
DHA is
don't
Italiano.
don't start
My
adding
bad.
extra stuff.
My bad. My bad. Wait, what did I do? Number 10?
Number 10.
Boom. Does God exist? This will be
Oof.
a quick episode.
Oof.
All right. The debate over the existence of a higher power. Oh, by the way, what I'm about to read is to explain what the topic is about, and then we will discuss the subject as per the explanation. The debate over the existence of a higher power is old as humanity itself. Whether viewed through the lens of faith, philosophy, or science, this question challenges our understanding of reality and our place in it. Well, let's throw it to Freddie Mercury over here, Mr. Pants himself. Do you think God exists?
I do.
You do? All right. Well, that's the end of the episode then.
I do, and I think people use it, in a good and a bad way.
Oh, how so? How so?
Well, okay. When I said that, I meant religion, but I think God does exist. There's certain things that cannot be explained.
Like what? Like how you're in your 40s and you still can get an erection?
Okay. um,
Because I don't know the secret. There ain't no God if I can't.
I mean, if unless you can explain the beginning of everything.
Oh, the Big Bang? Yeah, that's easy.
No. Unless I'm just saying that the beginning of everything.
Yeah.
Can someone explain that? Yes, the Big Bang happened. We got that. But that does not create life.
Yeah, it does.
Hey, explain, please, sir.
All right. Well, if I'm going to do the quick version of it, the Big Bang happens, and then the universe was mostly dust and dryness for a long time, and that dust eventually created friction, which eventually formed explosions, which eventually formed nuclei, which eventually formed matter, which eventually formed stars, which eventually
what created the Big Bang?
So there was pressure in the device of a black hole, and then it exploded. But you're saying what formed the black hole? No one knows that yet. However, the existence of God to explain the unexplainable. I'm not saying God exists or doesn't exist in this answer. I'm just to answer your question. To default to there has to be a God because I am incapable of A, comprehending the limited information that I have. B, I understand the limited information I have, but I cannot comprehend the potential beyond the galaxy. I mean, because think of it this way. If I told you all the planets in the world can fit between Earth and the moon, you'd be like, that's impossible. Because to fathom that, it's just so big and so massive. But it's true. Every planet except for Earth can be next to each other and fit between the Earth and the moon. That's how far away the moon is, right? It's like 3 days travel. All right. But at the same time, let's go further. The sun, our sun, Sol, because it's the solar system, but it's Sol, S-O-L. Right. And then I'm sure you know that Earth is the Terra, right? Because that's why they call it terraforming, the idea of terraforming a planet so it is Earth. And then Thea crashed into our planet because we had a twin sister planet, and that crashed into our planet, knocking off some debris to turn into the moon, right? And you're like, well, God made that. No, movement, gravity, and distortion within the galaxy cause these phenomenons to happen. So
now, hold on, before you keep going. When I say I think God exists, it's my opinion.
Yeah.
Now, go ahead.
Oh yeah. Look, everyone's allowed to have an opinion. Doesn't mean the red is blue. All right. So, but my opinion is that is blue. No, it's red. But if your brain starts trying to comprehend Saul as smaller than the red dwarf, which is huge, your brain would go crazy. If you start thinking about the light years it takes to leave our galaxy, let alone to think about we're one galaxy of men, thousands of galaxies. The idea that we're only seeing into the sky the light of the past, which has been gone from, thousands, if not millions of years. Like those concepts, the brain cannot comprehend without deep diving into the information. So just to think that the Big Bang is even a theory, because all science is a theory, even factual theory, like gravity is just a construct. It's how we explain the functionality of x plus x, or whatever the idea is. Not that x plus x is the formula for gravity, but my point is, like, to explain things, we have to create words that explain the phenomena of the action or reaction, right? Like fire is not really called fire. We just choose to call it fire.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like there are certain things we had to create to explain stuff. And even in that, if aliens existed and came and was like, oh, I see you, you also learned how to use right? And you're like, no, this is called fire. And they're like, no, it's called right? Like, words in itself make it complicated, because we can't. Oh, yeah, because anyway, so so just because we can't comprehend things because of our limited understanding of the English lexicon, or whatever language it is that is your primary, should not default to, well, God.
Right.
God exists. But if God is a way of life for you, or a way to understand and just kind of like enjoy life, like, go at it. But when I hear people, and I'm extremely religious as a person, I just don't talk about my religion, right, or my faith, because I think it creates a bias. I'm not Jewish, but imagine I said I was Jewish. I would now have this bias placed on me whenever somebody talked to me. They would, anything they believe, they understand about the Judaism, would then be what I am, has been bestowed upon me. So, but God as a default, when I hear people say, well, if you can't explain it, then how can it not be God? Because defaulting to that brings us back to a primitive way of utilizing our intellect. In reality, we should be diving into the bizarre and the unexplained. And the Earth one time was flat. Well, to some people, it still is. And then it became round, and then, it's oblique. And then, we discovered that, like I said earlier, there was 2 planets near us. Then, like the sun was formed through dust. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did they figure that out? How did they, right? So if I was just like, well, science, math exists because God made it exist, because I haven't done the research or put the time in to understand what math is. So math
So
is not
what is
man-made.
sorry. What is something that you just cannot explain through for yourself, right? That you cannot explain through science or what have you? What do you believe it could be?
My tolerance of this conversation would have to be what, just so I understand your question, you're asking, what is it that I can't explain that I know is real, and how do I explain it to myself? When
No,
I
I'm
come
saying
into those,
something that you've seen, but you could not explain it to, as to, hey, you know what? And I'm talking about in your life, that, hey, science, this is not science based. This has got to be something else. You know what I'm saying?
horoscope.
What do you account it for? Or what's your default accounting of
My
certain things?
default is usually I don't know.
Okay.
I try not to place presumption onto things, or ideologies onto things, or
Right.
you know, as a, not that I am a detective, but rule one of a detective is ultimately assumptions will start leading to finding the evidence to make light or make sense of your, and you're not supposed to lead your investigation through, it could be like hypotheticals, right? So in life, I try to approach life the same way. Oh, let me look at the camera so you don't forget. I'm not reading this from the last episode we did the previous week. I am not I try not to place an understanding on something I don't understand. Like, for example, like ghosts or like anything like spiritual, or, you know, like when you watch those videos or, and
Right.
like, you know, there's some videos you watch, you're like, this is fake, but other videos you're like, I don't know if this is fake, but if it was real, I don't know what it is.
Right.
You know, is it demons? Well, I don't believe in demons. You know, I don't believe in angels. I don't believe in, you know, but I am highly religious, and you know, in my faith, I believe in other things that might feel correspondent to those things. But at the same time, I don't think it is those things because I don't know. I
You're
mean, okay,
you're religious, right?
yeah.
But in religion, there's you say you're highly religious. In religion, there's whatever religion you are, there's a being, correct?
It could be more than one being,
Could be, but is a being nonetheless.
or it could be an essence, or it could be an idea. An idea.
Whatever it is.
It doesn't
But
always have
it's
to be a being. Think of Buddha.
yes, but what I'm saying is all of these are just derived of, you know, somebody used the word God, but a God happens just to be a being.
Is it?
I'm sure it is
Well,
because
how do you
you know,
know?
you don't know. But this is what I'm saying. If you're highly religious or you're religious in any way, whatever religion you pick, there is a being.
Or
Whatever you want
being
to, if you want, or beings, if you want to call it a name, by all means do that.
Yahweh,
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yosef.
Pencil is my God. You know
Oh,
what
she
I'm
must be Christian.
saying? So what I'm saying is, in some way, if you're religious in some way, there is something of a being that I don't care what you call it. So God for some people is a being.
Like a chicken inside the sun, and if you go into it the right way, you'll be able to
You will see
visit,
the chicken.
and it'll be an
Right.
excellent
Right. That's cute. That's
intervention.
cute. That's cute. Excellent.
Uh
Yeah.
yeah, but having faith and believing in a religion doesn't necessarily dictate or solidify the existence of a god. It's just a, you know, my religion allows me to move through life with specific moral choices. It allows me to move through life through certain missions.
Yeah, but why? Who's looking?
I am.
What I'm
We
saying
do
is,
for ourselves to
I know
present
that, but
the
what I'm
change we
saying
want
is,
to see in the world.
as far as morals, right, or as
Yeah.
far as things that you do it, and you do it because I know this is wrong. But how you know is wrong? Who's telling you is wrong? Like who are you not being wrong for?
Well, there are societal contracts that are silent, like killing one another is wrong because
And
we don't want to
who told
die.
you that?
It's this. Well, first of all, there are laws for it, but before there were laws, if people killed, they got thrown out of the communities because they were like, "Don't do that."
Is it depending on who you kill?
It definitely is about who you kill. If you try to kill me, you're bad. If you try to kill the person I hate, you're good, right? Uh, but
Say you killed a
killing,
bad person.
no,
Say you killed.
there is a contract though. Like you don't walk around the streets killing people, at least to get
Well,
caught.
not me. You see.
But there are people, and they are outside the norm. That's why they end up falling into the outlier field, and they usually get kicked to Australia back in the day, or and it's true. Like in England, you know, like that was a prison originally. It was, but or I could be wrong. Who knows? But we, you know, what's interesting. You read the prologue to a book I'm writing. In chapter 2, there's this hunting scene, and they actually the Naradita are like praying over their kill, whatever. And the protagonist is like, why do we pray? Like, you know, because they don't really believe in gods, even though like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and the the Varone, who's like basically their trainer, like their, their mentor. He's like, well, let's say gods don't exist. Who do you want to be? What do you want to add to this world? This is I'm summarizing. I'm like paraphrasing. And he basically asks the protagonist, ultimately it's like, you shouldn't be making actions to appease a god in the first place. You should be making them to be the person you want to be. Like, do you want to be a good person? Then do good. If you want to do wrong by others, do wrong by others. But there are consequences for that, and do you want to live in a world where you add to it and add value to it and grow with it and feel like you're a part of something? Or do you want to take away from it and cause chaos? You have to make that choice, God or not. Even though the Varone absolutely believes in a multi-god system, right? Because they believe in, like, the nature god, Mesba, Larabahi, Iro Jamu, right? All these gods of different elements and spheres. The philosophy, though, is the morals come from what we want to see in the world. I want to see good in the world. I want to see people helping in the world. I don't care who's watching me. It's just I want to be able to go to somebody and know that they're not going to stab me. So I don't want to stab people to make them think they have to defend themselves against me. And if people are killers, I'm going to stay away from them. If they're criminals, I'm going to stay away from them. Depends on the crime, though. Like if they're a white-collar crime, I won't give them my money. But I'm sure they have a couple of jokes, or good stories. Well, because they're white-collar, like they had the parties. Didn't you see Wolf of Wall Street?
Yes.
I don't think the drug is working. But anyway, my point is, you asked the question, well, who's watching you?
I only asked that because you say you're very religious.
I am very religious, but I don't do things for a god or gods. I do it because I believe in the morality. I believe
that's you, though.
Yeah. But I think most people, they preach the idea of morality, but they're doing it because they don't want to go to hell. And it's like, yeah, but it says it in the Bible that if you do good to appear good, that is bad. Like it's like going, I believe in God because I don't want to go to hell when I die. Like according to the Bible, there are passages that basically suggest that you still go to quote unquote hell. Not that hell really whatever, it doesn't matter. But anyway, this is an episode about Bibles. just God in general. All right, so you believe there is a God because it explains the unexplainable. I believe for you.
Yes.
And I believe we are the existence of God, right? Like all things have the life, the carbon and matter is God. Like I believe that is God, right? So we are all God.
So you believe there is a God.
I believe there's an essence of true of connectedness. Like we are made of star stuff. I don't know if you know that. And we get
I've heard that.
And I heard something about it. But you also every day you walk in the sun, you're getting vitamin D. No homo. But that vitamin D is from the sun. You're getting hit from protons that have traveled light years to reach the Earth. And it's being filtered through the ozone layer, which gives us the healthy protons, which then gets absorbed through our body.
Yet we're always insufficient of vitamin D.
Well, it's because we sit inside now. We have houses and we work at jobs and we're under fluorescent lights and we're in the basement of some place that, some bunker. But I also, I don't believe there's a physical God. I don't think there's like some man or woman hanging out in the clouds or thing, because like, why would it be a human? Why would it be a guy or a girl? Why would it be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard for me to believe that God exists as like, look at the beard on the spot. Like that to me, it doesn't make sense because we weren't the first life on Earth, nor were we the first life in the universe or the galaxies,
Right.
or in existence.
Did you get moonshine?
Yep, I made it right out of my urine, pasteurized several times.
What accent is that? What accent is that? Is that a moonshiner?
It's moonshining accident. You know, it's from when I was Florida. One time I was in Florida and some country kid was like, "You Yankee over there, why don't you go back up north?" And I was like, "I'm not a Yankee. I don't play that well, and plus I'm too young to be on the team." And he's like, "Is that supposed to be one of them jokes you up northerners do?" And I was like, "I hate it here."
And when did the fight ensue? That's what I want to know.
You know what's funny? I never fought in Florida, but I fought more times than I could count in New York when I was in high school.
I'm sure you did.
Because people would tell other people I said crappy things about them when I didn't, because they couldn't beat me up because they tried to beat me up.
So
And I beat them up. So then they would tell bigger people that I was like, and I used to have to defend myself against bigger people because they were like, you said I was, and I was like, I don't even know your name.
Okay, so they just outsourced the beat up.
Yeah. And I once asked my dad, I go, "Dad, am I wrong for not like," because I would run a lot of times because like I'm like I can't keep fighting everybody. This is crazy. And I was like, all I want to do is like I was afraid to fight because I was trained, but I also like I wanted to just kill them. Like in my mind, like I was like, if I'm gonna fight, I'm going all in. And my father says it's braver to not fight, but it is wiser to kill if you have to.
So pretty much he was like Clark Kent.
Yeah, because but his advice was pretty intense because like he was like, if you don't kill them, it's their word against yours. They're gonna get other people if you beat them because their ego is hurt. He goes, and if you're not willing or ready to kill somebody, be strong and be brave and run. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. And that was pretty interesting.
Not me. You come my face, I'm gonna punch you in your face.
Yeah, but you won't kill them.
No, but I will beat you to the point where you probably think I'm killing you, but I'm not gonna kill you. No.
Yeah, but now you have
you're trained to kill somebody.
What?
You're trained to kill. No, there's no repercussions.
Yeah,
you're trained to kill somebody.
Taekwondo, Kempo, and Aikido.
Taekwondo myself as well, sir.
Oh, you're a ballerina.
Yes.
I left Taekwondo because I felt like I was dancing, even though the kicks were good. Kempo is where I learned pressure points and a lot of like breaking moves and my speed. And Aikido is like the holds and the twists and sword playing and stuff like that. But Kempo is where I learned to kill people because my sensei was from Vietnam, and he was just like, this move here stops the blood to the brain, and it was like all finger like all the power points and pressure points and everything, and I was just like, these are great. He would like do things on us, and our arms would go limp and shit. It was just great. I don't think he was licensed, but it was the best. It was the best.
Do you use that now in sex too? Like,
I do.
Cause your orgasm.
Mostly when they're saying weird things like, "Who are you? Get out of this house!" You know. I did the dishes, though. Boom. Oh. Zazang. I call this the vagina. Operation Theta Squish.
Oh man,
am I gonna have to?
Is that gonna have to delete this show?
I shouldn't have been drinking tequila.
Oh man,
look, it's all jokes, people. Trust me, we don't really believe hateful, horrible things, unless, of course, you watched the first episode with Freddy Pants. This guy was supporting, stopping the First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third Amendment, Fourth Amendment. As long as he could get his booty stank on, he didn't care.
Booty stank.
Do you prefer booty stank over regular stank? Like, really, honestly?
Oh no. What do you mean?
Like, if you're like,
what do you mean?
Like if you had to make love to a woman, right?
Right.
Okay. Would you prefer she smelled like booty stank? Okay. Or
Like
just
shit.
no, like a booty stank. Yeah. I
Booty
guess.
stink is only shit, bro.
All right. There it is. We know you
Okay.
know. All right. We know you know. Or would you like her to just constantly just have stank?
Stank from where?
This is a would you rather. Would you rather her just smell?
Stank from where?
Just
Smell.
stank.
From
Like
where?
people are
Where
like,
is?
why are you not bathing?
Where is? No.
Like
No.
you just
See,
smell. Would you rather your girl always smell or just
I got.
during the sex she
I
has
have
booty
to
stank?
pick. I have to pick one.
You have to pick one. When you make the love, she has booty stank. Or at all times she just has regular stank, which comes from just bad body odor.
No, I would take the booty stink.
You would
I
take
can't.
the
I cannot. I would take neither, but I would much rather the booty stink than everyday smell. Like I can't.
Now we know you don't believe in God, because who in their right mind would blaspheme Jesus with the booty stank? Go, Jesus Christ! Why, Lord? Why is this the choice I had to make?
We're not walking around smell like crap every day. Come on.
Every day it smells. No, it's just body odor. It's just bad body odor. Stank is
Yeah,
bad body odor.
bad body odor is terrible.
It is terrible. All right. With that said, Mr. Freddy Pants and the booty pants of the booty stank. Listen, I feel like it's too hard being too legit to quit, but we don't be a sack, and let's end it. Let's get it out of here. This has been From the Hat. Talking by choice, chosen by random. Freddy Pants, is there any way somebody can find you if they care enough?
Just by the name that's there, sir. Freddy Pants _ or Freddy _ Pants on Instagram.
Freddy Booty Pants _ His information will be in the description of the video. Right. Please subscribe, like, comment.
Thomas is not reading.
I'm not reading right now. I'm just looking at the screen. I'm looking. Yeah, I'll look at the camera. I don't like looking at the camera. Then I don't see your face. I want to see your beautiful face.
Oh my God, you're trying to make me blush.
I'm just saying. You're not. And by the way, Freddy Pants is my friend. This is not a DEI. All right.
Oh my God.
I don't want people to think like, hey, we gotta get some on here. We gotta get some Colombians. All right. Okay. This is my God existing love friend. Yeah. This is my buddy. We are friends. Yeah. I said, Freddie, do you want to be on it? He said no. I said, it's $20. He said no. And then I showed him the naked pictures I have of him, because he's okay with his freedoms being compromised.
Unfortunately, there's extortion, but yes.
Yeah. So here he is willingly. Anyway. All right, Freddy Pants. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Talk to you later. Bye.
Thank you, everybody.